whenever there's a big game, Joy knows this. I get a paper, and to figure out who's going to win the game, I go 10 best players, who has the most of the 10 best players. And that usually signifies to me that's the better roster, more flexibility, more depth. So here are, in my opinion, in order, the 10 best players in this Super Bowl, starting with number 1, and I don't think this is an argument, Aaron Donald, who I think outside of Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White is the greatest defensive player I've ever seen. He's the first defensive player to earn 7 straight first-team All-Pro selections in the Super Bowl era. He is unblockable. He will be double-teamed. I think he is the key to the game if Cincinnati's interior linemen can't block him. With a double team, it's going to evaporate the protection. Only player in the NFL with 10-plus sacks each of the last 5 years. A humble, great player. By the way, what's remarkable, he's an interior defensive lineman with those numbers. He is, to me, the only player in my life that compares to Reggie White on the defensive line. Interior. And you can move Reggie around. You can move Aaron around. He's remarkable and a wonderful guy. Number 2 would be Cooper Kupp. He had the best season in the history of the league. Folks, he had almost 200 catches. So he can do everything. He runs after the catch. He runs great routes. He led all players this year with almost 400 receiving yards in the postseason. That's being doubled, bracketed, and all the attention. 13 games this year with 100-plus receiving yards, including the playoffs. That's the most in a single season in league history. He went to the Harvard of the Palouse, Eastern Washington University. You should grant it some money if you can. It's a fine school. I went there, too. Number 3, Matt Stafford. The reason I put Matt Stafford ahead of Burrow is one thing. He had the highest quarterback rating in the league in the fourth quarter, and I think this Super Bowl will be decided in the fourth quarter. He also had the highest passer rating this year in the league in the second half. He had fewer, the Bengals had more dips. They lost to the Jets. They lost to the Bears. They lost to 5 non-playoff teams. Matt Stafford, number 3. I would put Joe Burrow at number 4. The one thing I'll say about Burrow, he's got a very short memory. Bad throws, he forgets them. 19 touchdown passes of 20-plus yards. Some of that's Jamar Chase, and some of that is he loves to sling it. He is kind of got a little bit of a gunslinger mentality. He'll make mistakes. He'll throw interceptions. He does not care. He plays with incredible confidence. I'd have him at number 4, which, considering it's his second year in the league off an injury, a major one, is remarkable. Number 5, Jamar Chase. Most receiving yards by a rookie in his single year in NFL history, postseason history. Most receiving yards by a rookie in a single season in the Super Bowl era. So we knew he was really great coming out of college. He wasn't a shocker. Everybody, they were going to go offensive line or they were going to go wide receiver, and Joe Burrow lobbied for the wide receiver thing. It has paid off. He is really a difference maker in these games. Again, a guy that can make catches like a Devontae Adams. When you have him doubled and bracketed, he can still blow it up. Number 6, Jalen Ramsey. He's a spot below because he plays a defensive position, and it's an offensive lead. He's the highest-graded corner in the league this year, and by the way, the second time he's been graded as the highest-graded corner in football since 2017. He led all cornerbacks with 9 tackles for losses. He's a very physical corner. He will get up and smack you. He will tackle running backs. He is hyper-aggressive, occasionally burned, but he's as gifted. He was the best high school corner 7-8 years ago. He was great in Jacksonville, and he's remarkable with the Rams. Number 7, Trey Hendrickson. They got him from the Saints. He is a tremendous acquisition. 16.5 sacks. This year, a career high. All he does is get after the quarterback. The Rams have the better defensive line, but the best edge rusher in this game is Trey Hendrickson. He is one spot ahead of Joe Mixon. I would put him at number 8. The Bengals, I think, have a star power running back with speed in Joe Mixon. He ranked top 5 in carries, rushing yards. He also gets into the end zone, rushing touchdowns. So he's kind of got an old school feel to him. Big, strong, powerful. You can use him in screens out of the backfield. Joe Mixon at 8. I would put Von Miller at 9. I didn't think he was washed, but I thought it was an interesting move. He has been absolutely fantastic in the playoffs. Since he joined the Rams, he has 16 tackles for losses. That leads the league. That is really shocking. So again, you put an aging player. It took him a few weeks to get ramped up, but he has been in these big games so many times. And the thing I like about Von Miller, he's better on big downs. He is one of those players. There's a Draymond Green effect. When you really need him, he is there. And that just certain players have that DNA. He's one of them. And number 10, Andrew Whitworth, was the highest pass blocking grade among all tackles this year. Second highest graded player on the Rams to Cooper Kupp. He is left tackle, so I'm going to put him below skill players or quarterbacks or pass rushers. But Whitworth remains as good a pass blocker. In fact, I can only remember once this year giving up an ugly sack. And the reason I remember it is he doesn't give up ugly sacks. So he'll have his hands full this weekend, but it is 6 Rams. It is 4 Cincinnati Bengals. Man, we got a lot of good players. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.